Probability is the branch of mathematics which deals with the likelihood of something occurring. We call it the study of chance. And we have this in our conversation every day. One of the most common conversations with regard to probability is with respect to the weather. Often we talk about the chance of rain happening or the chance of severe storms occurring. So let's have a look at how we actually calculate probability, and we'll do so with some very simple cases. Let's have a look at the chance of a 6 occurring when we roll a dice. The way to do this is to examine all the things that can occur. So when we roll a dice, we know that we can get the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. There are 6 possibilities that can occur. All of these possibilities are called outcomes, and together they form the sample space for the set of all the outcomes that can occur when we roll a dice. In the case of looking at the chance of a 6 occurring, there is one favourable outcome, that's the 6. And there are 6 possible outcomes, that's the numbers 1 through to 6. So to work out the probability of a 6 occurring, what we do is we put the number of favourable outcomes over the number of possible outcomes. You'll notice here that we use the notation P to represent the probability, and inside the bracket it describes the probability of the event that we're actually talking about. Our final answer is 1 out of 6, and common sense would suggest to us that the chance of getting a 6 is 1 in 6 or 1 out of 6 because it's one thing that can occur out of 6 possibilities. Let's have a look at another case here where we're looking at the chance of a prime number occurring. So what we need to do is identify the numbers between 1 and 6 inclusive that are prime numbers. And we can see here that we've done that. That's 2, 3, and 5. So we say the number of favourable outcomes, in other words what we're looking for, is 3. That's out of a total of 6 possible outcomes. So our probability is 3 out of 6. In probability we don't need to simplify our fraction, because by saying 3 over 6 we've clearly identified the number of favourable outcomes, and we've also shown the total number of outcomes, which in this case is 6. We can simplify it, so 3 over 6 can become 1 over 2, but as mentioned before, 3 over 6 tells a story, so in probability we can leave our fractions in that form. In these examples we've had a look at some simple cases where the outcomes are equally likely. In other words, we know that when we roll a dice, the chance of a 6 happening is the same as if it was a 1 or a 2, etc. In some further examples, we'll have a look at cases where the outcomes are not equally likely and how we handle the final probability in each case.